What's up, guys? Good morning. It's me, Amy. Man. Recently, God shared with me confirmation on how I will know that my ex is not for me. Yeah, that is a heavy pill to swallow. It is such a heavy pill to swallow. It's such a kick to the face when someone that you still have feelings for, someone you still care about, someone that means a lot to you is not in God's plan for you. At least not at this time. And that's what I'm telling myself to give myself hope so I don't crash out. So if you guys have been following me for a while, I'll let you all know that last year in February, my ex and I broke things off, whatever. It's such a long story. I'm not going to get into it. And then we kind of rekindled last November, and he came to, after not talking all those months, and he came to me and told me, I'm moving out of the state. And that kind of broke my heart because, I still have feelings, obviously, and was hoping that we could, restore the relationship, work on it, whatever. And he told me he was moving out of state. So yeah, that was another hard pill to swallow. And he moved in November. We hung out for a whole month until he left, and he moved in November, and I hadn't talked to him until June. I didn't want to reach out. I wasn't ready, and probably vice versa for him. So he reached out to me in June of this year. We briefly talked, and then again at the end of August, he reached out again, wishing me happy birthday. Once again, we have been talking a little bit, very little, since the end of August, kind of catching up a bit, and I'm still a bit apprehensive to talk to him because it is such a sore spot, and I'm scared to keep reopening the wound. So yeah, I've been praying to God this whole time, Lord, if he is not for me, please remove these feelings. Please remove this hurt, this worry, this missing him, because you guys know all these feelings come along with that. Come on, don't act like you don't know. So I've been praying that to God, and a lot of times God's not going to just remove hurt feelings. He wants you to learn a lesson through it. He wants you to learn how to lean on him in times of discomfort. We are going to go through a life of discomfort. I mean, that's just part of it, in hard times, and that's just part of being human. So I'm praying to him as of recently, because after talking to my ex at the end of August, that anxiety started coming back. I've always suffered from anxious attachment, and I've worked through it in therapy. So now I'm mostly secure, but I still lean anxious when I have those triggers. And those anxiety triggers were coming back to me after talking to him a couple weeks ago. Bad. The negative thoughts, the spiraling, all the things that I was experiencing when I was in the relationship. And I'm like, God, let me know. If this person is not for me, let me know. And then finally, one day he clicks it into my head, and it's like, Amy, that's not for you. God literally took me back to the place, the anxious spirals, the triggers, the feeling how I used to feel when I was in a relationship. That's proof. That is your solid proof right there, because as we know, God's not going to give you anything that is going to cause anxiety and worry and fear. God is not the God of that. God is the God of peace and feeling comfortable and feeling safe and secure in things. And it's just hard. It was a hard pill to swallow, having to accept that. And it's the confirmation was in front of me the whole time. God literally brought me back to how that relationship would make me feel. I cannot believe, you guys, it was such a wake-up call, because you don't really realize it when you're in it, how much anxiety I would have. I would literally have these debilitating anxiety spirals while in this relationship every single week. Not saying this is a bad person, not saying, oh, what's he doing? What's this? What's that? It's literally just a dynamic. When you're dating someone who's avoidant and you lean anxious, it's going to trigger those things inside of you regardless. It's just how we are wired mentally, okay? Like I said, this is a good guy, nice, kind, never would hurt anybody, never would intentionally want to make you feel upset, anything like that. So please get that straight. Not a toxic person, not bad, never would call me out of my name, never would be mean to me, never even started arguments with me. Okay, I want to just put that out there before we go and blame him. So God brought me back to that, and it was such a realization to me. I'm still going through the triggers a little bit. They're kind of dying down, but I'm trying to focus on leaning into God really heavy right now and having him resolve this instead of me going back into my own spiraling ways. But let me get to that in a second. every week I would have an anxious trigger like this. I cannot understand how my body was able to even survive all of these years, not just with him, but with past relationships, feeling like this. The anxiety was so bad. I always wonder why I could never get anything done, why I had no energy, why I'm always laying on the couch all the time, literally can't get off the couch half of the time, didn't even have the energy. It was like trying to like pull teeth just to get myself into like the shower or to like go for a walk or just to do simple things. Yeah, I was able to maintain a job because I guess that was a good distraction, but literally I had no energy to do anything. And now that I haven't been in the relationship, I finally have energy again, you guys. You know, I went back to college. Now I'm learning Spanish. Now I'm taking care of myself. I'm doing skincare routine, hair care routine, literally figuring out things I like to do. I have energy to go out and explore the city. I have like, I don't know if I just said this or not, but I'm learning Spanish. I am like getting the singles group ready that I'm co-leading with someone through the church. I would have never been able to do any of these things before because I just did not have the energy, because literally I was in freeze mode of a trauma response. I don't know how to explain it. From my nervous system overworking all the time and always being anxious. And it's just been such a realization, like, okay, I'll give you confirmation, Amy. Here you go. You're going to literally go back into the anxious spirals that you haven't had in months to see what you were living in before when you were in this relationship, so I can prove to you that it is not for you. Thank you for breaking my heart. It just sucks because it's like, you know what? Say your microwave breaks at home and it's an expensive microwave. You really like it. So now I have to throw it away. But it's the thing, like, why do I have to just throw away my microwave? Why can't I just take it to the repair shop and get it fixed? And that's how I feel about a relationship. Why do I have to throw away something with someone who I really care about and is not bad to me? Why can't God just restore it? Why can't God just work in both of us and fix it instead of just throwing it all away, throwing all the effort, throwing everything away? Like, why do we have to jump to something new or somebody new? And that's not to say that the relationship is not for me. Maybe in the future, once we both heal, he's still stuck in that same old place, those same old like ways that I used to be, you know, drinking and partying, like always doing something to distract yourself instead of like seeking God and seeking comfort, seeking things that actually will fill you up long term. You know, seeking worldly validation is the things that, you know, he's still in that life. And so all we can do is pray for that person. If you're going through a similar situation, pray that they find their way out of that worldly validation, because that does, oh my eye, because that does not last, because that does not fulfill you long term. That is never going to give you the feelings that you need to fill you up, to fill your cup. The only way you can find that, at least for me, is through God. Like, that's the only thing that gives me fulfillment. And I'm struggling because right now talking to him is sending me back into those old anxious spirals. It is sending me back into the old worldly thinking. Like, I keep wanting to seek validation from the world. I am so like, I want to so bad go out and drink and party, go out and go to these concerts and just drink and talk to people, socialize, get out, have a night out to forget things. And that no longer serves me. It never served me before. People who are always going out doing all those things all the time, drinking, partying, always constantly busy, they are looking for ways to soothe themselves. It does not fulfill them. That's why you always have to go to the next, to the next. But I keep trying to like I want to go out. I want to get together with my girls. Sorry for the stupid garbage truck in the background. I want to drink. I want to get dressed up, and I want to just go out and forget about everything and not worry about everything. And I'm just finding myself slowly trying to slip back into that old lifestyle. Like, I'm going through spiritual warfare right now, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's how God revealed to me that my ex is not for me. And like I said, that is a hard pill to swallow, and I did not want to hear that. I didn't. I really freaking didn't. Move on, Amy. Yeah, I am trying. I wish God would just cut the attachment, cut the worry, so I could just move on and not think about it, not worry about that person. But you know what? It's hard. So yeah, since the garbage can wants to come and ruin our little talk right now, I'm gonna let you guys go. But that's kind of what I'm going through right now. Like, dang, that was a hard pill to swallow, for real. Like, I'm still like processing that, because that was literally just a couple days ago that God revealed that to me. And I'm still going through the anxiety, and I'm still trying to work through it with God. But you know what? When you're going through anxiety, oh, pick up the Bible, pray, listen to worship music. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna be real. I know all of us have struggled with that. Sitting here reading the Bible when I'm in an anxious spiral, feeling upset about things, is so darn difficult. But I'm going to keep trying because I know that that is the only way out of this. At least for me, that is the only way I'm ever going to find clarity and peace again. So I love you guys. Bye.